Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. This movie is responsible for introducing me to Godzilla. Well, at least the real Godzilla anyway. 1998 was what introduced me to Godzilla in general. The movie begins with Godzilla doing what he does best, destroying cities. But what's wrong with Godzilla? Not only does he look terrifying, but isn't he supposed to be a good guy? So is Godzilla just in a bad mood, or is it not the real Godzilla? So anyway, Godzilla, or what's supposed to be Godzilla, gets into a fight with Anguirus. As Godzilla fights Anguirus, Anguirus reveals some shiny pieces of metal under Godzilla. This is our first indication that something is wrong. So anyway, this Godzilla ends up defeating Anguirus the same way King Kong defeats the T-Rex. Godzilla continues to rampage where he comes across another Godzilla. Turns out this other Godzilla is the real Godzilla, and the imposter is none other than Mechagodzilla, probably one of Godzilla's coolest and most iconic opponents to date. The 70s version of the robot is clearly a bad guy and looks very intimidating. You see, Mechagodzilla was created by space apes who disguise themselves as humans, and the only way they revert back to their normal forms is if they get killed or hurt. Mechagodzilla shows what he's capable of, and he's capable of a lot. Eye lasers, mouth lasers, finger missiles, toe missiles, nose missiles, he's got it all. During their first fight, Mechagodzilla completely destroys Godzilla. Then Godzilla ends up getting the worst series of bad luck ever, getting struck by lightning constantly. In their attempt against Mechagodzilla, the humans release another monster named King Caesar, who only comes to life after singing a song. And the song drags on for a very long time and is probably the weakest point in the movie. So King Caesar tries to take on Mechagodzilla but gets completely annihilated by him. But then Godzilla shows up and now it's 2 against 1. Mechagodzilla still puts up a good fight, using his missiles and lasers against the two monsters. Then suddenly Godzilla gets magnetic powers. I don't know if it's because of the lightning or if it's because of Mechagodzilla's constant attacks, but he uses his magnetic abilities to pull Mechagodzilla towards him and twist his head, defeating the robot. This movie was my introduction to the real Godzilla, and it has nostalgic value to me. Overall, I give this film an 8 out of 10. It might not be perfect, but it's a really good film nonetheless.